Podcast City Network.
It's time for the Super Radio
That's
Brothers.
us.
Yeah.
I think the one just got
We're
next.
all going to have an accident because we're drinking heavily. It's a party tonight. Broadcasting live from the beautiful City Limits Tap Room in DeLand, Florida. It is
The Super Radio Brothers.
the Super Radio Brothers. It's a party. We're outside. It's fucking freezing, goddamn.
We've never been this close to each other before. I feel awkward. There's the accident.
You can see us, and you can usually see that we're further away from each other. But yes, it is the Super Radio Brothers. It's a party. It's the 1-year anniversary for the Podcast City Network. Congratulations. Congratulations, everybody. I just want to say, man, great work this past year. All the work you guys have been doing. See, what's happening right now is Everett Lee is directing this as a TV show. I'm not used to this.
This is new. This is new for us.
Usually I'm just on the radio, so he's pointing to a camera, and I'm already looking away from the camera as I'm supposed to be talking into that camera.
Which camera are we on?
It's that camera over there. It's so weird.
Yeah.
And so there he goes. That's who we're talking to. Thank you, Everett Lee, the man over there, one of the founders of the Podcast City Network, and that is why we unite. We come together today to celebrate what is an important day for all of us here. So we're excited about that, and it's fun to be a part of it. And yes, an odd setup. I'm not used to being this close to other men. Basically, I would say our mouths are like 6 inches apart.
It's uncomfortable.
It's a little.
It's pretty weird. It's hard.
I'm usually an arm length away.
Oh, hi guys. There we go. We just did a selfie. It's an epidemic of modern society. It's a bro-pocalypse.
It's never been done before.
It's an example of what is going to end this planet. Anyway, but yes, hello Podcast City Network. Of course, this will also broadcast on iTunes and all that other
Spotify, Stitcher,
Google Fun Playhouse,
Twitch.
the Flagler Radio app,
Not
all
on
you
Twitch.
guys out there.
This won't be on Twitch.
Oh, you can't put it on there.
No, but it'll be on our YouTube channel.
And I will say,
brand new YouTube channel.
I'm a little more tipsy than usual starting the show. If you listen to the show, gradually, this is important news as I turn my head dramatically to look at this camera. Gradually throughout our usual show, I'll get drunk. About an hour in, I'll start to feel it. Here, I'm starting there.
So, because we were told we were only going to get about 45 minutes. So
And we usually do a 3 hour.
And Marc is the designated driver, and he's just slamming a beer back. I just throw that out there. I said, don't worry, Marc, I'll drive. That was supposed to be funny.
Your car.
Most people are traumatized.
I'm driving your car. That's the
wrong.
joke.
That's not something you should say. But I'm joking, of course, but not really. Anyway, congratulations to the Podcast City Network and everybody involved. To you, Marc.
Yeah, to you too.
And you, Ben, for being a part of the show here.
Oh, thank you.
So anyway, the Super Radio Brothers. I guess we'll get to news now. Do we have? Oh, we got that too. We've got all the sound effects.
This is my favorite one. Means we're legit.
Yeah, that's because it's news. Oh wait, now it's the toilet.
It's poop news. Yeah, we're legit.
It's poop. Yeah, we do usually lead off every newscast with the poop news, and poop is very prevalent in the news these days.
Yeah, shit's everywhere.
Shit's everywhere is a good example of what's happening. Yes, shit's everywhere. And for example, did you know that pigeon poo can cost you $200 on your windshield?
Really?
It's a fine if you have pigeon poo on your windshield. You ever have that? Like,
Wait. It costs you $200 to clean it off?
You wake up one morning and like a bird just completely took a massive shit on your windshield.
You ever seen that parking space in the city where no one parks and it's surrounded by pigeon shit?
Well, because
no one parks there, and you're like, oh man, I just need to park there, but your car is gonna be covered in pigeon shit. This is one of those stories.
A man in Southend, UK, was slapped with a $200 parking fine after his valid permit was covered by pigeon poo.
Not fair.
He got a $200 ticket because his permit was covered by pigeon shit.
Not fair.
So
take it to court.
It's a crime.
It's going to cost you time and money to take it to court.
It's become a big deal out there in the UK. It's a big news story. They since received a letter from law enforcement saying bailiffs would visit their home if it was not paid in full. So now they're being threatened because they're saying, it's ridiculous. You gave me a ticket for $200 for some bird shit on my car. All right. And they're like, you know what? You're going to jail if you don't pay this. So, yeah.
That's incredible.
Is that wrong?
We need to start a GoFundMe. This is a travesty.
Is it my fault that a bird took a massive green and purple shit on my windshield? It always freaks me out.
Where
The
are you
colors,
guys, green and
the
purple?
colors of bird shit. Sometimes it's purple. Sometimes it's orange. You know, it's so weird. As I knocked that thing over, I didn't knock the beer over. But you know what I mean.
Thank God.
And then you can't see, but you got to get to work, so you get out of there quick, and then you hit the windshield washer, right? And it just makes it worse.
Yeah.
Now I can't see it at all.
Dude, it might be hard to even get in the car. It's so covered with bird
Oh,
shit.
All right, what else we got in the news?
Oh man, so much more.
We got
There's
a couple of hours
so much
of poop
more
news.
news. I mean, it's incredible. An Australian man was getting ready to do his business, take a shit. This is still the poop news, by the way. On Saturday morning, this happened on Saturday morning. And the best shits happen on Saturday morning. You know, because you have nowhere to go.
Yeah, you're comfortable.
So you can
you're
just,
not on a time
you
crunch.
can just sit on the toilet and take your time.
Yeah, get your iPad.
Now, I don't have children, so it might be different for people with children. But, on a Saturday morning when it's time to take a shit, my goodness,
is that
you
the
got
adult
time.
equivalent of the Saturday morning cartoons?
It might be.
That's your time, dude.
Yeah.
When you were a kid, it was G.I. Joe and stuff, and now it's taking shit.
Exactly. So an Australian man was getting ready to do his business, take a shit on Saturday morning, when he was startled by a large carpet python peeking its head out of the toilet.
This is why you shouldn't live in Australia.
Yeah, Australia just no good.
My whole thing with this story is, if you really have to go, right, and you see that snake in the toilet, do you kind of
pinch it off?
That's what I'm saying. Do you kind of like ignore the fact that you just saw a snake in your toilet? You know what I mean? Do you say, you know what, I saw that, but I really got to go, so, and then you do the hover thing over the toilet, you know, and just try to. There is the Chris Carnage is in the house. I think you just hit the camera.
He's delivering beer, but I don't.
Because you just crossed the camera that our director said I had to look into.
I'm empty.
Oh,
man. I
man.
don't have any beer.
You ran out of beer already, and we just.
It's this tiny little stupid glass.
I'm so sorry. I had to deliver that one for our amazing production man.
Oh, yeah.
What kind of glass is this for a beer?
I know.
This is for wine.
It's the kind when
It's
you're
for
a
me.
rugby oh, sorry. Let me get it.
This is a 9% beer.
But and it was delicious, by the way. A lot of cool things.
I need another one.
But you know what I mean? Would there be a moment where you say, "I saw a snake, but I still gotta take a shit"?
When you gotta go. But
Yeah.
that's times where you hope you have an extra bathroom in the
I'm
house.
pinching off that turtle head and I'm running.
Anyway, the lesson to be learned here, and what a lot of people are thanking the person, is saying, you know what? Now I know every time before I take a shit, in the words of people from Australia, I'm going to check the loo. You have to look. You have to look.
Crikey.
Oh, you check the loo.
Well, you check it. That's the point. You look in the bowl before you sit on it.
I would not like it if every time I had to take a shit, I had to check for snakes first.
Well, you just
If
look.
it's an outhouse,
You never know what's going to be
definitely
in there.
Yeah.
You just look.
Take a
Well,
peek.
That's the point. It's not, I'm looking for turtles and shit or a snake. I'm just looking to see what's going on in the toilet before I actually sit on it, is the point.
You should always do that.
That's the point.
Life lessons.
Beer drinkers, we're at a bar today. Yeah, we're at a bar. All right, we're drinking beer. So I've got some beer news. All right, so there's
Beer.
yeah, and we have a gentleman here from what is it? First round?
Second round.
Second round. What happened in the first round? Just curious.
I already drank it.
Down, dude.
This dude from Second Round Podcast City Network, you know, Big Money Eddie. He doesn't drink a beer. I feel like, so inadequate. I don't know what to think about myself. I might actually quit drinking after today because I look at him and no, he doesn't have a beer. He's walking around drinking a pitcher. So
How we do it?
and he's on his second pitcher. By the way, we must sound really good at that point. That's how you have to
Dick
listen to the show.
power. That's why.
And
Energy. Get it right.
Sorry. It's energy, not power. It has an aura.
so how about
need more
this,
energy.
guys? This date in history 1935, not today, the 24th, which I believe was Thursday.
Yep.
It was this past Thursday. This day in history, did you realize that the first canned beer went on sale?
Oh,
The first time they ever put beer in a can, it went on sale this past Thursday in 1935. I'm assuming they had more than one, but it does not.
We'll sell
not
this
specific
one,
here.
see how it works. We'll test it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There might have been a bidding war. If that's, I wonder what beer in that tin piece of shit tastes like. You know, ass.
It must have had a pull tab.
Now, prior to this, beer was only available in buckets. In buckets. And then you pour the beer out of the bucket into a goddamn glass.
Give me
That's
the-
how people were getting down.
Give me the
in
bucket.
1835.
Well, that's how
Up to
crazy-
1935, I mean.
So they carry the bucket down the block.
And they got beer in the bucket, and they pour that
Don't
shit.
spill it.
Well, that's how Second Rounds is doing it right now.
Well, you
Carrying
avoid
the
the whole
tradition.
glass thing. You just get down with the pitcher, you know. There was this drunk guy in Maine. He got on the wrong lift car. He ended up at the wrong people's home. And he just started beating the shit out of their door. Let me in my house, and he's at the wrong place. That's probably going to happen to that dude drinking the pitchers tonight. That's why I brought it up. I think we know the course of future events here, and it's in the news already.
That's not good.
No, that's
I
not
feel
good.
bad for the people in the room.
Yeah.
You know.
Now this is. I want everybody to listen to this. Listen to me.
Listen.
Stop having conversations amongst yourselves. But what can you do? But police, they seek volunteers. Police are seeking volunteers for people to get drunk for their training exercises.
Sign me up.
Think about it. You're going to get paid to get drunk and get pulled over and go through the breathalyzer and get questioned. And that's the job.
This seems like a trap.
You got to go to jail first.
This is a trap. I know it.
No, you don't have to go to jail. It's a controlled environment, obviously, because the first thing to remember in an experiment is that it must take place in a controlled environment. Very important.
Interesting.
Very important. Do you understand that?
Yes.
So it's in a controlled environment, and I guess they're just training the officers how to deal with a drunk person.
That's interesting.
Yeah, like I don't know how I would deal with
How
Ben
do you
right
spot a drunk person?
now. Well, it's pretty. You make them walk the line, and
I got pulled
and
over
take
drunk
the breath thing,
one night after
and-
the show.
and
I got
all
home
that.
safe.
Oh, if you're trying to, do you know how to store a craft beer, Ben?
No, how do you store a craft beer?
How
I
do
need
you-
to know this.
Well, if you want your craft beer to taste as great as it possibly can, you want to store it in a cool place, first of all, and consume it as soon as possible. Researchers from a food systems place in Munich,
Don't let it sit.
which
Oh,
is
Munich.
in Jersey, I think.
Germany. They know how to.
It's a-
They know how to brew beer. Yeah.
Jersey, same
Those
thing.
are the masters.
Master.
Those are the brewmeisters.
The brewmeisters in Jersey.
Brewmeister.
You know,
Where did the term brewmeister come from? But Germany.
They call it Bayonne. Anyway.
Brewmeister.
So they
The
say,
brewmeisters of Germany, of Munich, Germany.
say after a 3-month period, some of the important odorant and characteristics typically associated with your craft beer are gone after only 3 months.
Wow. 90 days. You have 90 days to drink that beer.
So basically, keep that shit cold and drink it as soon as possible, Ben. You can't have it sitting there.
I told you before, the best beer I've ever had in my life is in Switzerland.
And you probably drank. They probably just made that shit and you were drinking it.
That's right.
Straight out of the barrel.
Oh, I just gave birth to this fucking beer. Drink it. I've cursed. We can't curse on this show.
Dude, they only served that beer within a 50-kilometer radius of the brewery.
That's a good thing.
And it was basically like, it was called Mueller Brow. And it was basically like a Miller Lite, but it was the best Miller Lite you've ever had in your life.
So, you guys ever see that website where they have the people in Walmart in pajamas and shit, and they're doing all types of wacky shit in Walmart?
Oh,
There's
me and Frank, after your house the other night, went to Walmart.
Of course.
At like 2 in the morning and bought comic books. This is a true story.
Imagine the two people who were working in that giant store. These motherfuckers are here. They bought some comic books.
I bought $40 worth of comic books.
Yo, see that shit
At
every day.
Walmart.
$40. Anyway, I thought this is a pretty cool story. This woman, she was riding a cart in Walmart while drinking wine out of a Pringles can. She had wine in a Pringles can.
That's the best story of the night.
Are you kidding me? Like, dude, you're having a good freaking time. And she was probably there around the same time you were
There's
there.
got to be a video. There's got to be a video of this one.
No, it was at 6 a.m. she started.
She was at 6 a.m.?
6 a.m. and they
It's
called
just-
her around 8.
Like, how do you get the wine in that Pringles can? Wouldn't you just keep the bottle and, once you pop.
Look, I'm just gonna pour it out of the box into the Pringles can
the box.
after I ate the Pringles.
Yeah. But there you go. So that's pretty cool. A lot of people getting drunk out there, having a good time. As the news trash piles up here on the table.
Yeah, this is right.
Yeah, normally we throw it at the camera.
Yeah, I didn't want to throw it at Everett though. I didn't want to
Let's
throw
throw
it
it at the camera. Let's do that.
Thank you. As we clear it up here, there's still
Which camera?
so much
Which
more
camera?
to do. So much more to do because we owe it. And that's tradition right there.
Yeah.
To throw the rolled up piece of garbage news into the camera. That's what we do. Hey, beer lovers. If you want a beer and a side of history,
Yes.
you should head to Pittsburgh. That's where a new brewery is set to launch in a Cold War era missile command center.
Wow.
The building is one of several U.S. Army operated bases that used anti-aircraft guns and Nike and Hercules missiles to defend Pittsburgh from Soviet attack in the mid-1950s.
All of which was
1960s.
completely unnecessary, but awesome.
The building.
One of them has to be called Stop, Drop, and Roll.
The
right?
building will become the brewery's main production hub. The large location is set to
Wow,
have
that's
room
amazing.
for an extensive basement barrel aging program, a tap room, and retail space. The owners recently closed on the building and are keeping the opening date a secret. So you get to get out there and enjoy your beer and hang out.
I want some missile
in this
silo
Cold
beer,
War
dude.
era missile defense.
I want missile
base,
silo beer.
Government base. So you guys know the big story this past week was, did you guys hear about the blood wolf diamond giant moon shit?
Yeah,
Did
the
you guys hear about
eclipse.
this?
Dude, I saw the eclipse and the blood
It was
moon.
an eclipse,
Yeah,
right? So it was
yeah.
what was it? It was the blood wolf moon.
Supermoon.
Is that
Super
what
Blood
it was?
Wolf Moon, I think it was. Yeah.
So,
Yes.
And you know when they say there's a full moon,
it sounded
crazy
like an
shit
anime
happens,
character.
right?
Even before the eclipse, the moon was the brightest I've ever seen it.
So let me tell you, here in Florida, some crazy shit was happening during the blood wolf diamond sleeping giant moon thing.
Was it because of Florida or the moon?
Well, that's debatable.
It's all about where you're at on
A
the
controlled
on this
study must happen to
Ian Davis and
figure
Russell
that
took
out.
the same picture.
So a couple were lying on the dark road. They were lying on a dark road in Florida, and they were watching the eclipse, the wolf moon, and they were hit by a police car. Because, yeah, it's a great idea to lay in the middle of the street in the nighttime to look up at the moon.
And who else is out at that time of night but the cops?
Nope.
So Florida Police Department says an officer ran over two people who were lying in a dark roadway to watch Sunday night's lunar eclipse
What state was this again?
in West Palm Beach, Florida.
Oh, no, not
South
Florida!
South Florida. Here we go.
And police said the man and the woman were treated at a hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. They had that around 11:30 p.m. at the
Thank goodness.
height of the eclipse. The officer was patrolling in a park and driving around 5 miles per hour, and the vehicle struck the pair. The officer was placed on administrative leaves. The names of the people were not released.
It was an
So
accident. It was an
He
accident.
ran
for that
over the
officer.
people because they were laying. It's not his fault.
No, it's not his fault.
How is he supposed to know these idiots are lying in the middle of a dark road to look at the moon?
Nope.
Yep.
So I feel bad for the officer as much as because it's not. I'm sure it's not cool to get run over by a car. That's gotta suck.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that.
You wouldn't? Mark says he would not like to get hit by a car.
Contrary to
police-
popular belief, yeah.
A police car.
Oh man!
I don't wanna be
So
wrong.
here's another one. So you had a couple in their Jeep on the beach watching the lunar eclipse, right? They didn't realize high tide was coming. High tide came up and pulled their car into the ocean while they were in the car.
How much were they drinking?
In St. John. So this is Daytona Beach,
No, St. Augustine.
St. Augustine area.
Another Florida story. Congratulations, Florida.
So there you go. A lot
We
of
win.
people. The moon nearly murdered at least 4 people this past weekend. Mark, I think this is a good job for you.
Okay.
Now, a donut shop is looking
I'm
for
down
men
already.
to strip down to their underwear and play Cupid for Valentine's Day. When you think of Cupid, what do you picture? You picture Mark in his underwear, right? No.
Yeah.
Hertz.
I know someone who does.
I know, excuse me. I've revealed some of my deepest, darkest secrets. Hertz Donut in Arizona is running a promotion.
Hertz Donut?
Yeah, they call it Hertz Donut.
Oh man.
They're running a
Wait,
promotion.
Hertz Rent-A-Car?
Isn't that like a thing?
Yeah.
Isn't that a thing?
Hertz
Oh,
Rent-A-Car.
no, they're Hertz Donut.
The
in Arizona.
subsidiary of Hertz Rent-A-Car, Hertz Rent-A-Donut.
They're running a promotion in which Cupid will deliver your sweetie donuts between February 1st and February 14th in the Phoenix area.
Makes perfect
In
sense.
a video posted on the company's Facebook page, Cupid is played by a large, hairy, tattooed man wearing massive pink sunglasses, angel wings, a diaper, and cowboy boots.
Talking about my uncle now?
Yeah, he's playing Cupid. That's who you're
Yeah.
playing. See?
That sounds like a Florida
The
story
world
as
is
well.
so small. It's so small. It's so small. The promotion has apparently been so popular that they're looking to hire more Cupids to fulfill all upcoming. And how much do you think this job will pay?
If it's not 40
For
grand.
just for the 2 weeks. This is just for the 2 weeks. I'm gonna guess like $500
$500. Well, they're breaking it down by hour,
by hour.
so
Oh.
it's $24 an hour.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And donuts? Do you get free donuts for it too?
I wish I got
I don't know
paid
about that.
$24 an hour.
A baseball stadium's big screen TV hosts a giant Mario Kart
I
tournament.
saw this.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
So,
Oh, that sounds
it
awesome.
was Missouri's Kauffman Stadium. Can you imagine? I think every time I went to a baseball game with my dad, he was like, "How cool would it be
I
to
feel
play
like-
video games?" Now my dad sounds like Rick. When I was in the bar, my dad was sounding like
Sylvester.
Rocky.
Yeah, like Rocky. Like, "Ew." All right, I'm gonna do my dad as Rocky.
Okay.
Ew, we're at the baseball game right now. It'd be cool if we could play video games on a big screen. That's what he would say. to
Yeah,
me.
dude.
And people were actually doing it.
I think Denver's giving us the
Are we done?
wrap it up or something.
Really?
Are we?
What time is it?
It's after 5.
Is it really? Have we been going that long? Oh shit.
I don't know what time it is.
Well, we usually do a 3-hour show.
Yeah.
I'm barely through the news. All right, I got one more story.
We haven't even finished the
We're getting
news.
kicked off the stage at the 1-year anniversary of the Podcast City Network.
No, you guys are good.
Are we good?
We're good? Oh,
When
we're
do you
good.
guys? Because we got lots of show here.
Chris Carnage went quick, so you're good.
Yeah, Chris Carnage is a quick show.
Yeah, you're still
Whatever
good.
you guys
You're
want,
still good.
I will stop talking.
Quickie.
Well,
You guys are good.
Because
Yeah, impossible.
we have plenty of show left
Chris
for you
second,
guys.
I think second rounds is on his
I-
fifth pitcher now.
This-
Third.
Dude, I knew we sucked. Like we're
Still good. You guys.
Look, we still got all this to talk about. Look, pages and pages.
I've got news.
And pages of stuff.
I hope you brought your sleeping bags, people.
I mean, what the fuck did I do all this research for, man?
You got time?
right.
You got 35 minutes.
All right.
Now, what show is following us so we can promote it? This is what we
That's
do.
the
Everett Lee
Oh,
show.
Everett Lee is. Are you in a rush here? Or are you trying to kick us off? Or-
No,
Okay.
you guys are good.
Okay.
Miscommunication. Time's good.
I am running
We
out of
haven't even
voice.
talked
here.
about
And I have a mic in front of me, and I'm running out of voice.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah, we gotta go. All right. One more. Do your last story.
God damn it, Mark! I have like 30 more stories. Everett said no.
Time to move on. Next topic.
What about the great arm rest theater controversy? When you sit in the movie theater and you got a guy to your right and your guy to your left, which armrest is yours?
Yeah, with the cup holder, right?
Whoever
Yeah.
gets there first.
It's a very
You,
important
you,
story.
you claim
Do
your
see-
territory.
do you
You
see-
claim your
Do
territory.
you see what we're covering here and how important
I go
every
with,
story
You're
is?
both mine. Suck my ass. I don't care. You're both mine.
No, I got one last story on that.
They're both mine?
I got one last story because I could go here all night, guys. Literally, this is what I do.
I feel like we just started.
So, drinking those pitchers, I'm not sure if you could go here all night, but
Look,
I'm giving you 2 more hours.
he's got a pitcher and I've got
I'm
an
giving
empty
you
glass.
3 hours at the most. I would be shocked if you're still standing in 3 hours. But the dude's drinking pitchers, people. It will be impressive. All right, one more story, and I want you guys' opinion on this story. You know, look, I'm passing all these stories. I'm passing like 7 stories here. Oh my God, look, this one was so good that you guys are gonna miss out on.
We'll never know.
You never know. Wait, where is it? I'm gonna find the last story. Here we go. Okay, this is the good one. Finally, I would have had these guys sitting here for another 2 hours. Now I know how they feel when we're sitting in there doing this. But finally, you get a
Before
pain.
we get to the rundown.
Yeah, you get a pain in your arm sometimes, right? You get a pain.
That means you're having a heart attack. Yes,
Well, that's what may be a symptom.
we've all been there.
But you would think, maybe I've been working out, I hurt myself. How do I treat this pain that I'm experiencing right now? Well, a man injected his own semen into his arm for 18 months to treat back pain. I repeat, a man injected his own semen into his arm
No, don't repeat it.
for 18 months to treat his back pain.
I hope you guys didn't just eat.
He's a 33-year-old man. He's been admitted to a hospital in Dublin, Ireland. So he's in Ireland. It all started when he visited his doctor complaining of severe lower back pain, and the doctor noticed a red rash swelling in his forearm. It turns out the man's right arm became infected with cellulitis due to him injecting his own semen into it for 1.5 years. Dr. Lisa
This is
Dunham
the worst
wrote
story
the
I've ever
case
heard in my life.
up in the Irish Medical Journal, and notes that he had devised this cure independent of any medical advice. He revealed he had been injecting 1 monthly dose of semen for 18 consecutive months using a hypodermic needle.
No!
He's not going to die, but injecting your own semen
I wish
into
he
your
would die.
arm to
I wish he
treat
would
back
die.
pain, not good.
I'm gonna die.
And that's the news.
Oh, man.
Oh, all right, we got more.
You gotta get to
Yeah.
the Super Radio Rundown.
All right,
people.
all right. So how long have we been on, Everett? 30 minutes?
All right. Super Radio Rundown.
That
and of
means
course,
we
it's-
just started.
It's been a couple of weeks since we've met, gentlemen. So there's a bunch
Dude,
of
I
stuff that
met you
happened.
years ago. What the fuck?
There's been some stuff going on. Yeah.
Some stuff's going on. You saw the announcement of the new Ghostbusters that's coming out.
Oh yeah, Ivan Reitman, the whole thing.
Yeah. Jason
Aykroyd?
Reitman, his
No,
son.
no.
Oh,
Ivan
Jason.
Reitman is no longer. He's not with us anymore.
Ivan
He's still-
Reitman. He's
No,
still
Hale
alive.
Ramis is no longer
Yeah,
with
Hale
us.
Ramis
Hammer-
is gone.
yeah. People
But
die.
Jason Reitman is taking the
Sometimes people
reins.
die.
and doing-
Egon will not be in this.
No.
No, he's dead. He's dead.
So we saw the little teaser.
People pass away sometimes.
last week with the Ecto One there. Well,
Did
this
we?
week Sony announced that there is an official release date for the new Ghostbusters, July 10th, 2020. So next summer we'll be seeing the new Ghostbusters.
All right, all right.
Jason Reitman co-wrote the screenplay along with Gil Keenan for the
And it's
sequel.
supposed to be a sequel.
Yes.
You were saying, yeah.
They're going to shoot the film this summer, and they have started the casting process for young actors.
Excellent.
Yes. Also with Sony news here, Matt Smith from the 11th Doctor. I'm for all the Doctor Who fans, and also he's on the Crown on Netflix. He plays, I think, Prince Philip.
All right.
He's going to be starring with Jared Leto in this Morbius movie coming out, this Spider-Man spin-off.
Is it a Sony thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't know a lot about the Morbius character. We know
He's the living vampire.
Yeah, he's
Yes.
a living vampire because he's a vampire, but he's not a vampire. He
He's
was
like
created
Blade.
as an
He's a little bit like
experiment.
Blade.
Yeah.
but,
Such an asshole.
so no word on
He's kind of
what,
a bad guy, but a good
Yeah.
guy.
on what role that
And Spidey
that
always
Smith
has to
will be
help
playing.
him, and always fucks Spidey up because he has to help Morbius.
The Daniel Espinosa,
Such a pain
who
in the ass.
directed Safe House,
Right.
will be directing this movie, and also
Safe House
the
with Patrick Stewart.
No, Safe House was with Morgan Freeman. Those are both wrong.
I'm
It
confused.
was with
I'm
with
confused.
Melissa Etheridge. No, shit. I forget who it was. No, Jodie Foster.
Am I the only one?
Jodie Foster was in
To be
Safe
with
House.
you?
I think you're talking about Panic Room.
Jodie Foster was in Panic Room. That's what I was.
Oh, Panic Room. No, that's
Melissa Etheridge.
Finster.
Fenster.
No, what's his name? From Seven.
Jonathan Isaacs.
The Safe House.
Fincher,
had
David Fincher.
was Denzel and Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, that
the
one.
The Netflix movie nobody watched.
So Matt Sazama.
None of us watched that movie.
No.
The script for Morbius will
I
be by
did not
Matt
see that
Sazama
shit.
and Burke Sharpless, who co-created the Lost in Space series on Netflix,
All right.
which is good. I don't think I ever finished it.
Me neither.
I finished it. It was awesome. What's
Said
wrong
enough.
with you?
It wasn't that good.
What is wrong with you? Seriously.
So
How
we're
do you
not-
start something and not finish it? That's
know.
the problem with the world today. That is a bro-apocalypse moment. We start things that could make the world a better place, and we do not finish.
I never finished it.
You just don't start. That's what makes the Podcast City Network so amazing. And again, this is special anniversary, 1 year anniversary. And you want these guys started something, and they're fucking finishing it. You got a network going on. Does that make sense to you?
Maybe they are finishing
Where?
it. I think they might be.
That's the big announcement tonight. It's over. No more Podcast City Network. That's the big announcement.
Kill the network.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Shit, I'm sorry for the spoiler.
We could never go. Yeah.
All right. So we talked about this a little bit before we started the show, but did you see this teaser with Jeff Bridges for the dude?
Yeah.
Jeff Lebowski
Yeah.
is back.
Don't live in the past.
I
dude.
got teased on Facebook. I don't appreciate it.
Yeah, Jeff Bridges posted a 15-second teaser on Twitter this week with him dressed up as the dude.
The gray-haired dude.
Yeah, Ben thought it might be a sequel to The Big Lebowski.
Well, everyone's asking like what it's about, but of course
Never.
it ends with a tease showing the date of February 3rd, which is of course is Super Bowl Sunday.
But I knew it wasn't going to be an actual Big Lebowski movie because Ben thought it would be. And Ben's the same dude
How would
who
you-
wears a coat with no sleeves.
Never.
So no more. So no return of
Coat
Donnie.
with no sleeves makes no sense, man.
Do you think? All right. So you think?
It's so weird.
So obviously it's probably going to be a Super Bowl ad featuring the dude Jeff Lebowski. But do you think we'll get Jesus and
Walter.
Walter
His
back?
name is Walter,
Walter,
Mark.
goddammit.
do you think we'll get them all
Mark,
back?
don't bring the story up if you don't know who Walter is, okay? You have no business.
Shut the up, Donnie.
Yeah.
I said
did
fuck
you,
already.
Did you hear I
I
just
don't
muted
care.
myself?
Yeah, it's a live show.
I edited myself.
Yeah.
It's a live show.
What was it? The
They're all live
No, the
shows,
line,
actually.
the one line. If you ever watched The Big Lebowski on TV, it was, "You see what happens when you find a stranger in the Alps."
That's not what
This is
he
what
said.
happens, Larry. This is what happens when you.
Oh man. Anyway, so we'll have to find out. One more week away. Super Bowl Sunday. All right. I wanted to ask you about this Spider-Man trailer as well, too,
All right.
because we didn't get a chance to talk about that. The Spider-Man Far From
It
Home
looks
trailer.
cool. It looks cool.
What do
Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio. A
Yeah.
little Hydro Man action. Woo! Did you see that, Ben?
Yeah, I
The
saw
trailer?
it.
What did you think?
I'll go see it.
He's like, I'll probably see that. Probably.
They'll get my $10.
I go. That's my
10?
contribution.
That shit's $12.
I go see it. Yeah.
Not gonna go on $6 Tuesday.
I canceled my movie pass.
Yeah.
Everyone.
I gotta pay for it now like a schmuck.
But why do we have to see Jake Gyllenhaal's face as Mysterio? He
Yeah,
should
it's
have
weird. We didn't get the globe.
bowl on
we
his head.
did, we
from
did
the
get to have
beginning.
the bowl.
It's a little Stallone
Asshole move, Sony.
Judge Dredd action.
Talk about ruining shit. Thank you. It still looked pretty cool. Oh, damn! Really, we're doing all
Yeah,
that.
we're going to video game news.
Yeah.
I got one.
This is how the
I lost
show
my
should
sheet,
be
Mark.
every
What are we
week.
talking about?
I got one quick video.
Wait,
game
this is how
story.
the show should. We've been given the 10-minute mark. Mark.
All right.
We've been getting the 30-second mark. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is how the show should be every week. I would get home so early.
I
So
tried.
early.
I tried for so
If we did
long.
the show, if
All
it
right.
was this long.
I had just one video game story just because I saw it was
Thank
so
God.
ridiculous. Okay.
Thank God.
Developer Giant Software this week announced plans to launch a full-blown esports league for their game Farming Simulator.
It's very popular.
Yes, there's a very
It's
very popular.
Farming Simulator game where you run your own farm.
You can plow the most crops, Rich.
Yes.
You
I
can plow
cannot.
the most
I
crops.
can tell you
Now, you gotta
without
listen
even
to this.
trying that I cannot.
Giant Software CEO Christian Amann said in a statement, competitive farming is something people enjoy for years now, but it hasn't been
For
done
years.
in
People have
esports
enjoyed
so
that
far.
for thousands of years. Go back to the horticulturalists of pre-civilization.
Yeah, what do you-
People have been competing,
Yes.
working off of the land.
Cows have been
learning how to
domesticated for
cultivate
thousands of years.
feel
Let's
like
get into
exists,
ancient history.
what is
This is where our
available to them.
podcast shines.
Yes. It has been for thousands of years, Mark. Not for years. Please
But,
continue.
So there'll be 10 tournaments across Europe, culminating with a 100,000
Did you
euro
think the Mayans
champ-
had tournaments?
What's the couch report?
All right.
There's no couch report today. We'll
The
end
prize-
it after
all
Mark.
right, the prize-
Everybody's panicking out here
Yeah, I
because
know.
there's supposed to be a band that's supposed to hit the stage. Everett Lee has to take the stage here.
Yeah.
You know, and we'll take up the whole night. We will.
Oh, we will if we can, if we have to.
We got 3 hours, right, Everett?
Yeah.
Correct? Oh, no.
Oh, no.
He gave me the big negative.
All right. There's a
Hey guys, I would, but
no.
I would. I'd let you go all night,
But no.
Money is time.
Yeah. How much are we getting paid for this? What was our contract? say?
I'm good
Lots.
with not talking.
Lots and lots.
All right. So the prize pool in this was over 250,000 euros, which is $285,000,
All right.
just for.
I'm signing up for Farming Simulator.
Yes.
All right? That's my new job. Don't talk to me.
Well, Mark, thanks for closing us on what is probably the lamest story in the year 2019 so far.
You don't like competitive. You don't like competitive farming.
We really appreciate that. But hey, it was great to be here. We were invited. Oh, is that it? Oh, we got the
Oh, is
music.
he doing
going
the
on.
words?
Yeah, he's doing the music. Well, one more time.
We do a quick couch report.
Thank you, Mark.
We're doing a quick couch
Is that the
report.
couch report?
No, we're doing a quick couch report.
I thought it was over. I was
my
about
God,
to get
me
to my
too.
whole
I
thing.
was like, thank
Well, he
God.
gave-
I was like, thank God.
He gave
It's
us
over.
a 10-minute
It's over.
warning only 3 minutes ago.
But it's so punk rock that we were asked to get off the stage about 20 minutes ago and we're still here.
Yeah.
So, rock and roll to that. It's what we're all about is the punk
Dude,
rock.
I got at least 30 minutes worth of couch report stuff.
Dude, you brought a Bible of notes. You have a book.
I only have.
Always.
I only have a few
Look,
things.
this page is about to fall out.
I'm having a good time.
This is how important this is.
I'm having a drink. I'm
I
feeling
hate
good.
what I'm hearing from Mark right now. I'm having a good time. Mark is supposed to drive me home.
I know.
I'm having a good time.
Well, it's been kind of a rough week for me, of
All right.
course. You know, I don't want
Yes.
to bring the show down, but it has been a rough week for me. I know I'll talk to you guys the last couple of weeks, but just talking about Catch Report, I haven't had a chance to catch up on a lot of things. I know Flash and all the CW shows have been back for a couple of weeks. I haven't had a
Oh,
chance
really?
to watch much of
Me
that
neither.
yet.
All right, we'll catch up. We'll catch up
I
next
know.
week.
I didn't watch past week's Gotham, but I did watch the couple weeks before. You know, we get a little bit of the Harley Quinn in Gotham here. I forget what's her name, Echo.
Yeah, Echo in episode 3.
Yeah, with Jeremiah's
Notes
like,
to the rescue.
yeah, their little like
It's thoughts inside your
initiation
head
process
that aren't
for
in your head. It's so weird. It's like this was in my brain, but now it's on this piece of wood
Yeah.
that we call paper. Love humanity.
what else? I watched Lodge 49. I finally caught up on that
Mark's
since
been
it's on
watching The
Hulu.
Lodge.
Did you watch the whole series?
I watched the whole series.
So what'd you think?
Oh, it was awesome.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Don't you wish you were watching it when Ben and I were watching it? So
And we
could've
all
talked
could
about
have discussed
on the
it
show
together.
You see how you
I
fucked
feel-
the show up, Mark?
I know. I feel like though
Do you see how you brought us down there?
it's definitely a show.
It would
Though,
have been so much better. So much better.
I don't know. I feel like it was.
Instead, we wallowed in our
Instead, you
shittiness
looked at your phone when we
for
talked
months
about it.
because you didn't do your job.
I feel like though it's a show that it helped that I binged it and not like I had to wait every week. I
Yeah.
feel like it would have annoyed me more
That
if I had to
helped the
wait.
show. That helped the show a lot.
Yeah.
Look, he sleeps in an abandoned pool store. What more do you need to know?
Yeah.
It's a good show.
End
It's
of
a good
story.
show.
Yeah. I also watched the I know there's about the dueling Fire Fest documentaries.
Yes.
Yeah, the
Hulu
one-
and Netflix.
Yes, I watched the Hulu one, Fire Fraud.
How was it?
It was, oh my god, it was really good. It was friggin' ridiculous. You know the story
Which
about,
one is a documentary and which one's a show?
They're both documentaries.
Oh, okay.
Ben was like, "This shit is fake. There's no way this is real."
The Fire Fest was the big like festival
Which
in the
one's the
Bahamas a couple of
Yeah,
years
like
ago.
Ja Rule got
Ja-
ripped off.
No,
Ja
Ja Rule
Rule?
was part of it.
Yeah.
Ja Rule was in that shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Who else was
they
in
totally
that?
bamboozled him.
Tupac.
Not Puha. No.
No, just Ja Rule.
But the Hulu one, Fire Fraud, was actually pretty good. I want to watch the Netflix one, but I know they talk about that some of the guys that were involved in the festival itself, in the social media part of it, were the ones who created the Netflix documentary.
Right.
So it's going to be two different sides. I heard they complement each other really well. There's not really one that's better than the other.
Very cool.
Yeah.
One day I won't watch them.
Yeah. But I don't think I've watched much else. So that's
Everett,
fine.
I'm actually begging for you to look at Mark and say, dude, wrap it up, bro. Wrap it up, bro.
Yo, you got some time.
Yeah.
We got time. We got time.
That's not what I want to hear.
What's it got?
I mean, Jesus
Stretch.
Christ. What do you got, Ben? What do you got?
Just pull up. Where's
Oh,
the
wait, are
Bob?
you
Where's
done,
the
Mark?
Bob
I'm
Dylan
sorry.
music?
Sure.
Mark, have you seen the Ozarks yet?
I've not seen the Ozarks. That's with Jason Bateman, right?
Yes, with Jason Bateman. It's pretty good. I
Oh,
watched
that's a Netflix show.
It's a Netflix show. I watched the first couple episodes. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's a dark. It's crime noir.
Yeah.
So
I've heard it was
pretty
really good,
It's
yeah.
pretty good. It feels a little bit like paint by the numbers kind of story, but I've enjoyed what I watched so far.
Yeah. I wanted to get into Punisher. I haven't watched Punisher yet.
Punisher
but,
season 2 has been great.
I've been watching.
I like it
I
a
did
lot
watch
more than the
another
first
one or
season.
two Daredevils.
Yeah,
so.
it doesn't matter. Look, I tried to explain this to another buddy of mine who hasn't really watched much of the Marvel shows. Screw it. Okay, the first appearance of Punisher is in season 2 of Daredevil, but you don't have to watch that to enjoy
Okay,
the
so
Punisher
there's
series.
nothing-
So
okay.
just watch it. Yeah, just start with Punisher season 1. It doesn't matter. You don't
Well, I've watched
have
season
to
one
watch
of-
it.
I've
It's
watched
great.
season 1 of Punisher.
It's great. Season 2 of Daredevil is great, but you don't have to watch it to enjoy
Okay.
it.
All right. So there's nothing imperative in Daredevil to
No,
watch
no.
the new Punisher.
No, not at all. Right, Rich? You've seen season 1 and now half of season 2 at least.
I thought season 1 was mediocre. I think season 2 so far, first 4 episodes have been phenomenal. And yeah, you don't have to see season 1 of The Punisher to enjoy this one.
Yeah, or even the season 2 of Daredevil, which was the
No,
first
no, you don't.
appearance of the
Because
Punisher
he's
in the
really-
Netflix universe.
He's really more just a character used for the plot. Even Daredevil season 2 didn't necessarily have to have the Punisher in it. But it was a good addition.
Yeah.
So.
All right. What else we
All
got,
right,
guys?
I'll just wrap it up real quick. You have to watch Future Man.
Yeah,
Okay.
on Hulu.
You go rat hole to rat hole. All right, watch Future Man.
I think I
and
watched-
you understand what I'm
I
talking
watched
about.
a few episodes.
You went rat hole to rat hole. Well, now it's beanhole to beanhole, but yeah.
I somewhat, still
have
don't
to
wanna
watch it.
You don't have Hulu, right?
No, I don't have Hulu.
So anyhow, yeah, we're good.
All right. Did you? I know Resident Evil 2 is out.
You said
now,
you played that
the
demo.
remake.
I played
I played the demo as well. I wanted to talk about that last week.
What? How did you finish it?
I did not finish it.
Me neither.
The half hour ran out. I was having fun. I was enjoying.
You can finish it if you know what to
can.
do, but
Yeah.
I like to explore, like we always do in these games. Explore
Yeah,
every
that's what I
nook
was
and
doing
cranny.
too.
I killed every zombie, dude. It's intense. And
Oh, I
I
can't
really
wait
want
to play the
I want to
actual
play
game.
I want to pay $60
Because
for it.
when N64, or no, not N64, the GameCube.
PlayStation 1.
When GameCube remade those Resident Evil games,
They were
remade
excellent,
Resident
yeah.
Evil 2. It was freaking phenomenal.
No, they
Can you
did not.
imagine today?
No, they did not do 2. That's the thing. This is the first recreation
know.
of 2. They did 1,
And
and
4,
they did
right?
they did
did 0.
They did 0, which
Yeah,
is a
they
new
did 0.
game.
And then it came out for 4 first.
They
right?
did 4.
No.
Yeah, so Resident
Next,
Evil
we
2
need to see
remake
3
gonna
with
be amazing.
Nemesis.
Resident Evil 3, and everybody always argues with me on this. I loved it. It might have been my favorite. I liked it more than Resident Evil 2, just because you have this Jason-type character in Nemesis just stalking you throughout the game.
Or in 2, Tyrant's in 2, so I
True.
can't wait to see what they
but
do with
Nemesis
Tyrant.
was different, dude. Nemesis would pop up anywhere. You'd be like, you just jump to the fucking wall, and you're like, oh my god, look at this guy. What am I gonna do? I know I only have 12
You got
shotgun
2
shells
bullets
right
and a
now.
knife.
Yeah, what am I doing right now? So Nemesis was always my favorite. And in Nemesis, you had more scenes like in the streets of a city where you kind of had to walk between the police station and to where you were going. I remember that. There were just really cool stuff. A lot of cool stuff in Nemesis.
Cool.
So
All right.
I
Well,
love that demo though. It was excellent.
it was really good. Did you? All right. What you got on yours? Anything else on your couch?
just Star Trek Season 2 started. I'll say so far very awesome. When we have a more conventional show, Ben and I will bore you on that. for an
Anson
hour.
Mount as Captain Pike.
Yeah. So, but so far the first 2 episodes have been fantastic, and that's about it for the most part. A lot of comic book stuff, which again, you will probably get on a more conventional episode of
We'll
the
get
Super
we'll
Radio
get to
Brothers.
next week.
But let me just say here, as we get ready to close a very special episode of the Super Radio Brothers. Sorry there wasn't a show on Thursday, but you're gonna get this one, and
A new bonus episode this week.
I guess we'll run this on our YouTube if you want to see the video, because we'll try to run this as audio only as well, right?
Yes, this will be on our regular feed. Yes.
So we'll have a regular feed, but we'll also have the YouTube channel version, so you can enjoy our beautiful faces as well. But again, one last time, congratulations to Everett, to Chris Carnage, everyone who's worked so hard to make the Podcast City Network a success this past year. Also, all of the shows. Shout out to all of the shows.
here
Everyone
today.
who's here tonight. Second round. Florida here was here. They were here before us as well. Also, Everett Lee is coming up after us, and we had Chris Carnage before us. So all of these awesome shows, part of the Podcast City Network.
Yeah.
Also, some shows not here, but congratulations to them for being here. Also, we have like a wrestling legend dude here as well tonight. So
JJ McGuire.
JJ McGuire is here tonight, so thank you to him for being here tonight. Man, and you know what? The rest of the night should be a lot of fun. The show has warmed me up. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Happy 1-year anniversary to the Podcast City Network. With that being said, in the words of Bob Dylan, time is an ocean, but it ends at the shore. The Super Radio Brothers have reached the shore.
Good night.
See ya!
Bye.